look at installation of OCI CLI, that is command line interface. So apart from using the cloud console, that is you can use the Oracle Cloud Install console, and if you want to invoke programmatically some of the creation of the resources, or like a compartment, or you want to access the vault and so many other things, you could do that programmatically through Python script or shell script. So towards that, you need to install the OCI CLI. That is the first step. And apart from that, not only the installation is required, you need to again configure it. The first step is, of course, installation. So that is what we are going to do as a first step in the Linux box. So we'll do that. And this takes about 5 to 7 minutes to complete. And this script takes 5 to 7 minutes. So let's do that first. The first step is installing all the appropriate CLI components. So that is what we are going to do. And once it is completes 5 to 7 minutes of time, we will then regroup. So now these are it's going to install all these scripts. Let me say yes. So this is going to download all the packages, and it will get completed in few minutes time. So let's wait for that to complete as well. Yeah, it's installing all the dependencies and packages. The installation is completed. It has installed the CLI component. It has installed all the dependencies. So the first step is done with. The first step of installing the CLI is complete. And the next step is we need to configure the CLI. You need to provide the appropriate OCIDs, that is the tenancy OCID and your user OCID. That is the next step. We'll see that shortly. So only installation is done. I mean OCI installation is done. So if I say OCI OS ns get, do you want to create? I'll say no. What we can do is you can create afresh. So OCI setup config. Enter the location. Yeah, I leave it at the same location. Enter the OCID. So I need to enter the OCID. I'm going to just check whether any spaces are there. No. Fine. Enter the user OCID. Then enter the tenancy OCID. I'm going to enter the tenancy OCID. This is 7 is for the region. It is 7 is Hyderabad. So I have to enter 7 here. Do you want to create? I'll say yes. Directory created. I'll leave it as such. Enter the name of the key. I'm going to leave it as such. File already exists because I've already created one. I'll allow it to rewrite. The first time it might not get. You might not. First time you're going to create, it'll automatically, because since I've already created for demonstration purpose, I'm allowing it to rewrite. Enter. I'm going to enter the paraphrase n e n slash e. The file is already existing. I'll say yes. Yeah, it is all done. And now you say change directory OCI ls -l. So these are the files which is created. the configuration files. This file you need to move into the respective directory of the Oracle Cloud infrastructure. In the web console, you got to get into the users and upload this, so that whenever you call the OCI related API, the appropriate handshaking happens and it is able to establish a connection. So the next step is we need to upload this key into the console, that is the web console of OCI. So earlier we had given the OCID. So for that, go into the user OCID. You can get into the profile and then into the user. And then similarly, the tenancy OCID also is required. So this is the tenancy OCID. So both are required while configuration. And the next one is you need to go into the profile, again into the tokens and keys, and add the API key. So you need to upload the public key. You can drag and drop the public key, which is already created in the appropriate folder. It is created. That is the folder in which it is created is, if you look at it, I'll do a clear here, and so this is the file you can download through the FTP. This file needs to be uploaded. This is the public key, the other one is the private key. So public key has to be uploaded there. So I have downloaded it, and now I'm going to upload into the folder. So public key is what is needs to be uploaded. So and okay, I have to delete it first because only 3 can be allowed. So what I'll do is I will delete one of the keys, delete this key because I'm in free tier. So I'll delete it, and now I'll try uploading again. Choose and add. So now it is all done. You can probably, if you want, you can copy the configuration file. So I'm just going to copy it and have this as well. So OCID and close it. So now all done. I have uploaded the API key as well, and now we can try issuing the appropriate OCI command and see how this one works. So now that we have done uploaded the appropriate public key as well, API public key as well, all done, all these steps are done. Now let's see the interactions, how it works. First is OCI OES kit, just a command to check whether the commands are okay. I get the values over here, and now let's check the region in a table output format. And see, that is just a command, so I'm not getting into the what is this one all is about. And similarly for the table, it gives out the table region list of tables. It is communicating with the Oracle Cloud environment. My virtual machine, that is virtual machine created, is communicating. And I also have just for information, I also have a vault which stores the secret. So I just gave the secret passcode as hello. This can secret wallet vault is also there. I can retrieve that as well. um, so yeah, it says hello is over here, decoded. Whatever is stored in that, it is getting that. So if you go to the identity and security wallet, we see that hello is there, and test, and then master key, then to get into the master key and secret management. I'm just showing that uh, view secret details. secret contents. So this is decoded and base 64 digit, and if I toggle it, it says hello. This hello is what we are getting over here. That is through the interaction between the virtual machine and the cloud environment. So we are from the Oracle Vault, we are able to retrieve this value. This can be used as password and all. So this gives you an as how you could set up the OCI, OCI CLI, that is command line interface, how it has to be first installed and then configured, and then the public key is uploaded, and finally you can then issue appropriate CLI commands. So that's how it works. Hope you found this useful. Thanks and cheers.